So we're in the month of February, and just a couple of days in the new month, and I feel like we'll probably due for some kind of new update. I'm not sure what's gonna come out if we're gonna get a new character and if there's gonna be a sequel for this game. It's only early February. We're just about almost a week in basically for this new month of February, and hope you guys can hear me. Turn the music down a little bit, but this game definitely needs an update. I'm not sure if there's going to be any characters that's coming soon for the game and what they have planned, but if they do bring out an update just to share, I'm going to start talking about this game a little bit more. If there is an update, I feel like it has to be something big, because something's being worked on, but I just don't know what it could be. But the one thing that comes to mind is the crossplay. The game itself needs the crossplay for people to find players, and I think that'll bring more life into the game. With it being crossplay, people will be willing to buy the game, even if there's no new characters at the moment, or whatever happens to the game. With crossplay, a lot of people will be able to play together and be able to not have to worry about having to own a particular platform or buy a whole nother system just to play with a group of friends or that particular person that you want to play with for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. And I think crossplay might be one of those updates that's part of this update that's probably being worked on. So, and it just takes me back, and I was just looking back at some old reveals for this game for characters. Shredder, I was gonna say Fredder. Shredder came out in February. Let's go over here to the news tab. Let's take us back. Let's go all the way back. Just about here. It says it was a January update. I don't know why it still says that, but Shredder came out February 3rd of last year. Last February, a year ago. Shredder came out in early February. He came out February 3rd. So I wanted to look at the exact date to see when he actually came out. So now we'll probably get something, because all things considered, let's go back over to the tab to the right. Garfield came out in December, and then a couple months later, for February 3rd, Shredder ended up coming out as a new surprise, as the last free character for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. It makes you wonder, after all this time, when Rocco came out, have they been working on different new changes and different things for these characters? Is it going to be something included for this update outside of the crossplay? And even if it's not crossplay, what is this update going to contain? Is it going to be a new character, a new playable character? Maybe we'll just get an update and then maybe a potential post separate on social media where we'll be able to find out, and they'll come out and tell us what the future holds for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. I would like to see that, regardless of what this update contains. But I want to see crossplay the most. It'll be so much fun, and a lot of people will be playing this game. Everybody will be able to play together. Maybe we can do 2v2s, and they can probably have some new modes and different things, even containing new items, because we have more that can be implemented into the game outside of just the modes.
Select your brawler.
But I feel like it might have the crossplay update, and then we'll probably have all new character changes, all new characters or changes to these characters, just like they changed Cora a lot. She's a lot different now, and I think she's a lot better than what she was beforehand, prior to the most other recent update that they did when they were getting ready to bring out Rocco Rama. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping, maybe, who knows, maybe even by this week we might end up getting some kind of information or some kind of reveal or a teaser. But I don't know, I really want to see more for this game, and I'm gonna just name some characters that I want to see. I want to see some different series just get represented. LT Gray, Fairly Odd Parents. I know it's a reach and it's going to take a little bit longer. I want to see other shows get represented than what we have right now, even if they can get them right now. Fairly Odd Parents, Rush like Timmy Turner, LT Gray. You can get more of the Louds if you want, but they have so many missing characters in this game, like Jimmy Neutron, for example. But they got a Jimmy Neutron rep already, part of the roster. But let's get some other shows represented, like the Angry Beavers, like I already said, the Fairly Odd Parents, and the Adventures of Manny Rivera for LT Gray. And I just want to see more of those shows get represented. The Angry Beavers would be a perfect duo that can get in, and they can get other villains to expand from these single reps from Danny Phantom and other shows. The other Ninja Turtles can get in. SpongeBob has a good amount of good villains, and then just many other characters like Zuko can get in. But this has so many other shows. The game is called Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. So it's really crazy to see that there's so many other shows that's missing that they can really be able to put together in this game from what they have. They have so many missing all-stars. And then I'm gonna say this, shows like Rocket Power, I don't think not enough people talk about that. Kablam with Henry and June. Rocket Power definitely needs to get some more representation. And it doesn't even matter what's the status of the show. If it's no longer on the air, you could probably still have a good chance to get access to those characters. You can add Rocket Power reps, and then they can expand from other shows that don't really get much, just some kind of notoriety or some kind of support, like most of these shows like Ninja Turtles, The Loud House, and some of the modernized shows like SpongeBob that are really just still breaking barriers and just breaking so many records with extended seasons. They have so many other shows and characters that I want to see to be able to bring into the game. Even some of these shows I haven't seen, like Fanboy and Chum Chum, I wouldn't mind seeing them. You add on to the duos, and then Vendetta could be able to get in. That's another great show rep or a rep that you can get to be able to expand. Some of these characters probably won't even get into this current version of the game. We could see them in a different game, and a whole nother crossover. Maybe another crossover game will be able to be released that they're working on. We don't know what's going on. Those are just some of the characters I want to see just going on and on, but just with different series. Can't get access to some of those characters right now. You can expand on what you have, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not against the whole sequel. I'm gonna say this again. I'm not against the whole sequel. I don't want to see a Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, All-Star Brawl 2, or whatever they end up calling it. Slime Punch, something like that. Whatever the game is going to be, I'm not against the whole sequel, but I'm more in the middle because I don't know what's going to be said and what their plans are. I wish I could see what they're working on and what the update's going to really be. Is it going to be that crossplay? But just it's part of my predictions. It's got to be either crossplay with some new character changes. Not all these characters have alternate taunts. This update can be huge. Crossplay, alternate taunts, and then some new character changes also in the mix. Then you come out with a separate post. Could be an individual pack or maybe another universe pack. Vexus can get in. Could be one of the characters. We'll start talking about a little bit for the universe pack. We got one pack. I just hope that wasn't just it for Rocco. It's still early in 2023. Anything can happen. But I just hope that they come forth and just be able to tell us what's going on with the game. Can we look forward to more? Is there any more characters, or is this some kind of new update for an ETA for expectation? Maybe something just like they did with Garfield and all that. Character news or for December and different reveals for certain characters, or just a reveal being showcased by IGN or something like that, just like they used to do with some of the reveals and new announcements for the extra hype. So we'll be able to get to see who's coming into the game and what's going to be next. But I just want to see more. I definitely think they can expand on what they have, and that's where I stand. So if it is a sequel, I'm definitely going to be playing it whenever it comes out. But from what they have right now, this is a great roster. It's a great roster. Yeah, it's definitely missing. It's missing a good amount of characters. This roster can be huge. Add on characters on the left side. Come on down here for these two different slots. Somebody can go right under Reptar and Nigel Thornberry. Then more to Leonardo, Nigel Thornberry, for maybe Eliza if they want to get another Wild Thornberry's rep. I wouldn't mind it. But I'm hoping for good things for this update. If it is this month, I think it's gotta be this month. I think it's been long enough. We'll probably find out some information, because it's been a few months already. What are their plans going forward, if any? Unless it's going to be a completely new project or has nothing to do with Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, it might be a completely different game. But I think this game still has a lot of things. This definitely deserves an update, even without content, because there's still some glitches going on with certain characters and the AI. And some of the AI needs to be looked into, like Garfield and Hugh Neutron and certain other characters that make mistakes. They need to fix some of those characters because they'll just jump right off the stage, and their specials or their recovery moves, they'll go the wrong way and they'll just eliminate themselves. So certain things like that needs to be looked into. I'm not sure how it is for the online because I haven't been playing the game online because I did everything in the game. Got all the trophies or achievements, whatever you want to call it. They got so much more that they can bring out, and I want to see more modes. Sequel or not, I hope they don't just bring the same mode. We'll stick to the same modes because it's just timer and stock. But I play so much more stock than in comparison to these other modes. And in the arcade, they can expand. Story mode or not, they got more. You can go up in the extras to be able to get access to other modes that you couldn't play before. And I already talked about those. A story mode, boss battles, and just things that we can look forward to, or just a all-star mode, something similar to All-Star Brawl, or basically all-star mode, where you can be able to take on the different roster, well, to be able to take on the full roster in a very hard or even more difficulty, a higher difficulty to take on this roster, and you try to battle with just maybe 3 stocks at the most, and then you can recover with some of the items that you have, like the Krabby Patty, for example. Have a few Krabby Patties that you can grab, and you can take on the full roster of Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, what they have. And as they add more characters, you'll be able to take those characters on too, so it expands and adds on, and you'll be able to get rewards for it. But you see what I'm talking about? It's just so many things that these developers can do and be able to bring out more for the game itself to keep people playing. But I think crossplay is a very important feature that's missing, and people are long awaiting. The long awaited crossplay could finally end up coming out. But even if it's not, I hope that they'll be able to bring some, enlighten us, and bring some light towards, well, shine some light or shed light upon on the silence. Let's break the radio silence and find out what's going on. You got a whole community of people waiting and curious about this game's future, and some people getting excited for the sequel, but I don't want to jump the gun and say that the sequel is coming out, because we don't know, we don't have any sort of confirmation of what's really going on with the developer team and what's the status and the future of this game in general. So I'd rather just be able to wait. I'm going to wait it out and see what they bring out. We might just get something this week, because it's still part of the same week. This is almost like the same week that Shredder got revealed. Yeah, it's not February 3rd. We're just about a week in, just 7 days into it, into the new month of February. We might be able to get something this month, potentially, either early February or maybe even later on this month. I don't know what you guys think is going to happen. I know some people want to see crossplay. I want to see it too. I want to see more characters. I think this game deserves another universe pack, and even if it's not a pack, I definitely would love to see a character teaser. Characters that's most likely like Jimmy Neutron will probably end up getting revealed next, and other characters that are most likely like Squidward and the Mints. Could be another SpongeBob rep, could be Jimmy Neutron, and then we'll probably get an additional character that we might not least expect from a completely different NCU, a completely different Nickelodeon cartoon universe that could be and just revealed. And then we'll be able to play the crossplay, and while they work on the characters, that'll be awesome. Just imagine this, just before I close out. Crossplay comes out, and then they come out with a surprise post with a universe pack potentially, or maybe a new character. This is definitely going to bring a lot of people back to the game and wanting to play even more, and even others might want to even purchase the game to get into it, because it has crossplay. Everybody will be able to play together at once. Whatever platform that you prefer, or whatever is your forte, you can still be able to play, because crossplay is going to make everything possible to bring everybody together. So I really hope that they have more. But at least, tell us. I hope they tell us something, because we've been in the dark for a long enough. So hopefully we'll be able to get something, and they'll be able to shut down that, break their silence, because we don't even know what's being worked on. Seem like something is coming, but I just don't know what it could be.